The Holocaust is one of the biggest tragedy of human history. Many people died, and it all happened during World War II. Everything started when Adolf Hitler started like sharing this message that the Jewish people were not good people, that the Jewish life were just not valuable, and that the Jewish race had to be exterminated. So they started making all these actions and decisions to start killing all of them. And they had different ways to do this. And for example, the famous concentration camps, that still is a very discussed topic, because it kind of makes us think about how the totalitarian governments can affect human lives. So talking about the two evidence that you shared with us, the first evidence is the interview that one American man had with the ex-commander Haas, that was in charge of one of the Jewish camps. So he starts talking and answering the questions of the American, and he basically explains everything that happened, like the actions that the Nazi were doing, the things that happened in the concentration camps, and how the Jews were just dying. He explains that many of them were killed in the concentration camps, and they were told that they were gonna take a shower, but they just went to the concentration camps and died. There were other Jews that were in charge of taking the jewelry and the gold teeth that the other dead Jewish had, and others just died because of because they starved, they didn't have any food, and the conditions that they were living in were just horrible. So even if the Jews didn't die on the concentration camps, some of them died even before that. We can compare a lot the first evidence with the second one. The second one is the drawings and kind of the pictures. Basically, both of them kind of explain how horrific was the situation of the Jews in all these camps and in all these concentration camps. So they're both telling the same thing, but I feel like the pictures and like the drawings kind of makes easier for some people to visualize how everything was going on and how all the Jews were suffering. And well, the other question about why I think Hus specifically, or how the people that were Nazi kind of normalized everything that was going on. Well, in the case of Hus, I investigated, and it turns out that Hus participated in the First World War, World War I, and he was very young. And after the First World War happened, he entered to various military groups, and when time passed, he started being around the Nazi groups. So I feel like in a way or another, he was always in political stuff and like in national stuff. So I feel like maybe he started like building a feel of patriotism, and I feel like the need to protect and make things better for his nation. So I feel like maybe that was the reason he thought like he was contributing to his nation, because he thought that Hitler's ideas were the good ones, that Hitler's ideas were the best for Germany. So I feel like maybe that's why he took all that decisions, and he was kind of like fine doing what he was doing, because he really thought that it was the best for his nation. And last but not least, what would I do? If I had the power to make policies, I feel like I would make a lot of help to the people that were on that Jewish camps. Maybe I think that in a way we could help, or with a place to live, a medical insurance, and food, and like a good way for them to live, and they could pay that like with work, which can seem kind of I don't know, like slavery. But I mean, I feel like they didn't have nothing when they were out of that camps. So giving them like the opportunity to start a life without any money and just like giving their work to in exchange of food and medical insurance and all that education and all that stuff, I think that could be a good option for them to start again after the horrible things that they went through.